Now I'm saying what's wrong with you. I remember being in the hall with you. And I still think about you. Fuck all the phony shit. Fuck it, I'm stuck on some dolly shit. Had a knife in my back when I wrote this shit. I look back and I laugh when I noticed it. I shoot up and lean back on some Kobe shit. They don't know how to pass with some Kobe shit. Should've listened, my mom always told me this. I was only 13 when she told me this. Watch who you fuck with it. Never ever trust a nigga for nothing. Even if you feel like you really love her, don't never tell a bitch that you really love her. Cause that's when she gon' make you feel like you nothing. And that's when you gon' start to feel like you bugging. I wish I would've never told you what's up. And I wish I never even told you pull up. Got me saying what's good with you. I remember being in a hall with you. Everything was always on the stall with you. Girl, I even bust a couple jaws with you.
I still think about you. What up, though? I still think about you. That was a Boogie with the Hoodie. Still think about you. I love him. I love a Boogie. What up, though? How y'all doing today? It is April 15th. Today is April 15th, 2018. Welcome to the iHeartmiko podcast, episode 112. Yeah, shit's getting real. You see me. You see me. You fucking see me, okay? It's clear. It's fucking clear. I don't care. I don't care what seed we are, my nigga. You see what it is. So whenever you hear me talking about all these other teams and all this other shit, this, you know what the fuck it is. So the land, we ready this year. We ready. It's robbing season, my nigga. We finna rob this motherfucking championship because nobody believes we about to get it. But we about to rob you niggas. Simple as that. I hope. I hope we're gonna rob. Thank you for tuning in. If you're listening to this, you can't see what I'm doing. You're gonna have to catch the YouTube version. You will see what I'm wearing. I'm not gonna tell you motherfuckers nothing. I love that you listen. Don't get it fucked up, because that's how I get paid. The listens on Audio Boom is how I get paid. I ain't getting paid for YouTube views yet. I ain't figured that shit out yet. But a bitch is on her way. I'm on my way, so when you see the video of this, you understand. But audio-wise, hey, everybody, what the fuck is up? I got up early as fuck this morning to record the podcast because today is Sunday and there's 4 games coming on today. They start at 1 o'clock. I wanted to get my commentary, my bullshit off before the games, give you guys a little preview of the first round for the other 4 teams I haven't played yet. And talk some football shit. I've got Clarence Hill Jr. joining me to discuss the Cowboys, Dez Bryant, and other NFL shenanigans. And then I'm also going to have Hustle on later to discuss the NBA playoffs, all kind of shit. We got a great show, packed show for you today. I stayed up last night. Let me just tell y'all something, okay? I got to tell y'all this because this would never, ever happen, ever. But I stayed up and watched Beyonce last night. I literally stayed up and watched what they're calling Beachella. It's no longer Coachella, it's Beachella. I stayed up, I watched it. I did fall asleep in the middle of it. I'm not gonna lie, I fell asleep in the middle of it. I know that's just blasphemy to the beehive. But I'm not really a huge Beyonce fan, but I think that she's incredible at performances. She does great at just performing, giving a show. And that's exactly what the bitch put on last night, a fucking show. That shit was great. I'm not even going to lie to you and say I didn't enjoy it. I'm not a big fan of the music all the time, but the bitch is talented. Shout out to Beyonce. You did that, bitch. You did that. You made me wish I was there. And I don't really care that much. But you did make me wish you were there. And so that was dope. Shout out to all the Coachella artists. One day I'm going to make it to Coachella. One of these fucking days, I'm going to make it there and just get the experience. You know, I've been to a lot of concerts, but I want the experience of Coachella. It seems like a good time. It seems like a lot of drugs are being done, a lot of random sex with strangers and good music. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that vibe. That sounds like the vibe I should have been born. And I feel like I should have been like in my 20s in the 70s. That would have been dope for me. I would have most definitely been in the Black Panther, my nigga. Trust I would have been in the Black Panther. So it's cool. I feel like I'm going to relive my 70s through Coachella one of these days. How's everybody's week going? Mine was great. I had a good time. I was really just working, and as I told you guys before, I'm really focused on trying to get my own show. So I had a lot of that going on and talking to people and trying to get some shit done. Aiden, oh God. If you didn't look at my Snapchat, then you don't know that Aiden decided he's been going commando for the last 9 days or so, I want to say. Yes, when I told you that he was at WrestleMania last weekend, probably commando, probably with no drawers on. So Aiden has eczema, and I've been doing a really good job, I think, of keeping it under control. And so whenever he does have breakouts and stuff, it's usually easy to detect where it came from. It could be food or just him just playing and rolling around in grass, or he just not using lotion. It's as simple as that. And Aiden doesn't use lotion very often. So I pretty much have to do the mom thing and snatch him up and snatch all his clothes off of him and put lotion on him. So I did that to him about 10 days ago, and I noticed that he had on some tight-ass boxer briefs and pajamas. And I'm like, Aiden, why do you sleep in boxer briefs and pajamas? And he's like, that's just what men do. And I was like, no, not all men do that. I said, why don't you just sleep in your underwear or just the pajama bottoms with no underwear? He's like, no, why would I do that? So he asked his dad, like, Daddy, do men sleep without the underwear on? I'm like, nigga, yo daddy sleep naked, okay? Let's be clear. Your daddy sleep naked. You can sleep without some drawers on. So he was like, all right, I'm going to try it. Well, the nigga Aiden liked it so much that he decided commando is the way to go for every day. He had school with no drawers on, play dates at the movies. Aiden ain't worn drawers since then. And his grandmother caught him, which, you know, she told me about it. And I'm like, I don't really know how I feel about this. I don't really want Aiden to be commando. I feel like a lot of kids play games. You know, he's at the age where kids are bullying and playing a lot of games. And all it would take is for one of them kids to like pants him. Remember that? You used to come and yank your pants down. You got no drawers on. That's uncomfortable. That is very, very awkward, uncomfortable. Now, I will give my little nigga some props and say he's not lacking down there. My nigga is he right. That's all I'm going to say. But you still don't want your pants being down. You don't want to have a situation where you have no second layer of protection, especially around your friends and girls and all this stuff. So I don't want him to have an awkward moment. So I have to tell him that it's time to put the drawers back on. But I wouldn't mind hearing your opinion of this. Have your children gone through this phase? Should I make him wear underwear? Should I let him be himself and not have any on? Like, I'm open to hearing your opinion. But that was a pretty funny thing that happened to me this week. The soy babies, these bitch niggas on social media. Yeah, this nigga, one dude came at me this week, and some of y'all might have seen him. I posted the podcast of the video probably Thursday or Friday this week, and Tax was on last week's podcast. Shout out to Tax Stone, my nigga. Y'all, every time I have him on my podcast, the numbers be dope. Y'all really be turning up for him, so I appreciate that. I wish you motherfuckers turned up when it was just me too. God damn. But I get it. You know, my nigga beloved is missed like a motherfucker, and y'all love hearing his voice. So I'm going to have him on as much as possible. Not this episode. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have him on as much as possible. But when I posted the video, some bitch nigga with no real name, no, you know, his profile is like half of his face. You know these anonymous thumb thugs in Harmony, these fuck boys on social media that like to come talking shit. He's all in my mentions saying, fuck Tax Stone, he a pussy, he a bitch, he's this and he's that. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, do you not have any good pussy at home that you would have to do this? My man is in jail. He's been in jail over a year. And here you are still tweeting, fuck him, he's a pussy. For what, my nigga? What is your issue? What is your issue? I feel like I know what the issue is. I feel like you eat too much soy-based products and it's turning you to a bitch. That's really what's happening. For you to be a year in still saying fuck him and he a pussy, for what? You don't even have your real name on your social media, you bitch. You're not even a real person, but you're telling somebody else that they're a pussy. Y'all niggas really need to look into y'all diet and what y'all eating and realize that this is probably cause of all the bitch shit y'all doing. And then after you figure out your diet and get all that estrogen out of yourself and stop growing titties and shit from eating all that soy, then you need to get you a woman that actually has good pussy, that entertains you, that takes good care of you. Because if you had this, I promise you, my nigga, you wouldn't be on social media arguing about a nigga that's been in jail for a year. Okay? You's a weak ass nigga, okay? You're a soy-based bitch is what you are. And any of you niggas that come in my mentions and want to argue with me about shit that I ain't even trying to argue with y'all about, I didn't even engage the nigga. Like, why would I engage you, my nigga? Do you understand? Do you not understand that while he even in jail, Taxstone could really still have somebody come fuck you up? But that ain't even the shit he's on. He's focused. My nigga is doing better than you in prison. He's doing better than you in prison, my nigga. That's pretty fucking sad that you will wait all this time. And I know you wouldn't have that same energy if you was out, nigga. You wouldn't. You niggas are bitches. And I have to learn. I'm learning that I got to just start ignoring some of y'all and just laughing and praying for y'all and hoping that somehow, some way, you find your way to some good pussy and a good life. Because then, and only then, will you realize what a bitch you have been before now. That's it. So I wish you niggas the best. I wish all you soy-eating bitches the best. You know? Shout out to my nigga Francisco Vargas. I got to get that off. Rod Salka. This nigga boxer, he wore his boxing shorts had a wall, literally like a wall on the shorts. And it says something about America first on the shorts. And I'm guessing this is, some racist white boxer who supports Trump and probably eats a lot of soy as well. The funny thing is, you could have that energy on your shorts, my nigga, but you got to have it in your hands too. And this nigga Francisco Vargas beat the shit out of you. You got your ass beat. And that's pretty much what's going to happen to all the races in America at some point. All y'all gonna get y'all ass beat. Y'all was getting y'all ass beat before now, and it's going to continue to happen. Y'all niggas is bitches. So shout out to Francisco for whooping this nigga's ass. Anyway, I'm about to get into this shit because I don't really. The other shit is negative. All this shit is. I gotta start. My intro gotta be more positive. I gotta start talking about positive shit. Fuck you, soy-based bitches. Fuck boy. I'm done arguing with y'all. I'm gonna go positive now. We gonna go positive. We gonna just hop into the podcast. I know everybody wants to hear about the playoffs. I know everybody wants to hear about Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Starbucks, Tristan Thompson, Rookie of the Year, MVP. Dez Bryant, Odell Beckham versus goddamn the bitch Ray Cooning ass Lewis. We gonna talk about Reid and Kaep still not getting job. We're gonna talk about all of it. We're gonna get into it. This iHeartmiko podcast, please understand that this is real nigga podcast. So if you're not a real nigga, this probably ain't for you. We're gonna talk about some shit that might hurt your feelings, my nigga. But we're gonna keep it real always. And starting off keeping it real, we're going to go with my nigga Hustle, who has been on the podcast multiple times. He's a real ass nigga. He always keeps it real. He knows basketball. And then after that, we're going to get into Clarence Hill. We're going to talk about Cowboys and everything. This is so crazy. They're both from Dallas. Wow. Let me get this Dallas podcast. This is probably going to be like the Dallas podcast now. Shit. Fuck it. Who cares? It's the iHeartMiko podcast, bitch. I do what I want.
Renee, what it do? What?
I wasn't ready for you to call me Renee. That lets me know I haven't talked to you in a long time because you're the only person that calls me Renee, and I ain't heard that in a long time.
Yeah, we been bullshit.
What's good?
Hey, shit, man. Just watching Game Time.
Watching Game Time?
Yeah, catching up on yesterday.
Did you watch all the games?
Oh, yeah, I watched every game.
Yeah, we gonna get into the gaming shit. But how you been, man? How's everything in life? How's Dallas? Is it you guys still getting snow? You guys getting any snow?
No, it's cold. No snow, but it's cold in the motherfucker still.
What's the temperature?
Right now, 40, 45.
45. This is a Dallas day. You know, I had Clarence Hill Jr. on today. We went over all the, excuse me, did over the Cowboys stuff, Dez getting released and, football stuff. So this is like a Cowboys day, low key.
Yeah, they mad about that, man. This Dallas going crazy right now.
Man, you know what's the funniest part about the whole thing to me is there were so many fans that like whenever, Dez comes up, people be like, you're washed, shut up, you bum, you suck, blah, blah. And then he gets released and you see these same fans like, we could use him. Come over here. We need a receiver. I'm like, y'all so fake. I thought he was washed. I thought he was a bum.
Football fans crazy. Football fans are the worst.
The worst.
They the worst.
The worst. They know the least. They know the least about the damn game, and they talk the most. Talk the most shit. And it's just funny to me. But I'm going to have Clarence Hill on talking all that football shit. But I brought you on to talk basketball and then the other things that we check, the check other shit.
Yeah.
And so one of the first topics, a lot of people were hitting me up wanting to discuss Nicki Minaj dropping 2 new songs. And the shade, some shots was taken at a few people and she didn't admit it, but she kind of admit that some of the shade was at Cardi B. And she said she felt a way about, first time Cardi ever did an interview, she didn't pay homage to her. And then she finally just recently heard an interview where Cardi was nice to her and all this stuff. And it's like, nice for what, bitch? Don't nobody got to be nice to you. You're not nice to anyone. Nicki Minaj is not nice to anyone. And it's so funny that she has all this huge fan base and these barbs. She would spit on one of y'all if y'all touched her in public. Like literally spit on one of these motherfuckers. That's so crazy to me. She's untouchable. Yet all these fans are like, oh my God, I love her. I'm like, damn, I would never, I'm a fan of a lot of musicians, but I would lose my fandom if I thought the artist that I love was untouchable or was like too stuck up to like even like acknowledge their fans. And that's how Nicki comes off.
Man, it's just weird, man. Like I said, she got a whole weirdness about her. I feel like she don't care about, all she doing right now is trying to protect her spot.
Yeah. It's not even about hip hop for real. It's just about I want to be on top. And I'm jealous that this one girl of all these years, Nicki has been on top of the game since she came into the rap business. It's really not been very much competition. I mean, Remy Ma gave her a go on that diss track. But, as far as money, and that's really what matters, nobody's touching her. And so you're mad now that somebody is out here getting checks and you can't even take it. Like you can't even handle it. You making it about you. One thing I will give her is that whole situation with Quavo texting her and saying remove Cardi's name off the verse. She didn't lie about that. But did you hear what the verse was?
It was garbage. I didn't hear it.
Cardi wanted her name out of her song, and it was she had Cardi's name in one verse in the whole song, and the verse was something like this: If Cardi's the MVP, I'm the Lombardi.
Oh, I remember that on that line. I remember that.
How you gonna try to say it's a lot of girls that would love to be on a Nicki Minaj song with me, but you dissing her on the song? What? That's a diss. I don't care what nobody says. That's a diss. Like, that's a diss.
I look at it, that is a diss. I look at it like this. I feel like Nicki Minaj is in tune with the history of music. And I feel like, especially with women artists, you got a small window. I don't care who you are, how good you are, how dope you are. Once your window closes,
it's gone.
That's it.
It's gone.
You're just going to have to make money off your name that you had before. But no more mainstream top. It happened to Lil' Kim. It happened to Foxy Brown. You are no different. Now Cardi has taken your spot.
But I don't think I still think that she still has her spot. I still feel like she still has her spot. It's just somebody else is coming in, and now you're going to have to split it.
No. Hell no. All the music producers, all the artists, they're supporting Cardi B. They're writing music for her. They're getting on her songs. They supporting her on Twitter and Instagram. What do you know? It's already changed.
It's over.
Ain't nobody coming out supporting Nicki. Who done came out and say, yo, go get that Nicki? Oh, say Nicki, this song, they're not really fucking with it like that. That's just that's the nature of the business. Shit, right now, Cardi, they're gonna say she gold, they're gonna say she platinum. Man, everything. She on tour.
She doing
with Bruno.
She's pregnant though. She done decided to keep that baby. And I gotta give her props because I now get it. I was so upset and bothered with her for wearing these big ass outfits and not saying she's pregnant, but to hear that she was contemplating abortion, and that's why, because she didn't want nobody to know she was pregnant if she was gonna kill the damn baby. And I respect it, my nigga, like dead ass, like that's a tough decision for a woman to make, but it is her decision. And I couldn't imagine, what kind of stress she would have felt if people would have known, and people kind of knew she was pregnant, but if they'd have known she had an abortion, like all you got to do, this is how I feel about it. Like, and I don't give a fuck how nobody feel, like it's up to me and my God, everything that I do here on this earth. And if I was her and I had an abortion, I would have said I had a miscarriage. Who gonna check me? Who? Huh. I lost the baby, bitch. I lost it, bitch. It was tragic. You know, I feel sorry, but I lost the baby. That's something you could die with. You could take that secret right fucking to death with you. And that's nobody's fucking business. You know? And as a woman, I feel like a lot of our rights to choose are being, you know, scrutinized because of this orange bitch in office.
Man, I feel like she had an abortion. They was scrutinized just to the...
That's why you lie. You lie and say, I lost the baby, the stress of tour, this nigga cheating on me and getting the album out and running from city to city to do interviews. And my body just, you know, I just lost the baby.
That's putting the onus on the dude now. Because now they're going to be asking Offset questions and he got to show empathy. Nah,
you tell him the same goddamn thing. He don't need to know the truth. Don't nobody need the motherfucking truth but you.
No, I'm talking about now it's going to make the media ship questions to him. How do you feel about your baby mother losing the baby?
Oh, well. He got enough of them. He has enough children, okay? He don't need no more children. Trust. It's another bitch saying she got a baby on the way right now. He don't need no more kids. And that's probably why Cardi was contemplating that shit. But you know what? She probably said to herself, you know what? That nigga's life ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't think they're going to last forever. They're not going to be together forever. She decided on her baby. She wanted to keep her baby. And I respect it.
They're not together now. I don't think they're together now.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But, you know, you got to play the game. You got to do what you got to do to get these checks and win. This is about a win right now because, like you said, the game, your window is small and short, and once it closes, that's it. You got to live off of what you did unless you have plan Bs and backups and movies and other deals and things that you're going to do. Yeah.
Like Andre said, nobody want to rap forever anyway.
Right. So now that we've gotten to the whole debate and issue with Nicki, what do you think of the music? Did you think the two songs were good?
They all right, man. They all right. I'm on the wave right now.
Yeah, you on the Cardi wave. If it don't sound like her, it's like
the beat she took.
Bickenhead?
No, yeah, the Bickenhead one is I like it like
I don't like it like that. Yeah, that song is popping. Yeah, she got us all doing salsa, merengue, everything, baby. I think Cardi is perfect timing for hip hop right now as well. We needed her. Because truthfully, it's so much faking going on in the game. Like, so many people are not who they truly are, and that's cool. It's cool because you got to do whatever. You got to have a gimmick. You might have to troll. You might have to do all types of extra thirsty shit to get yourself on. I get it. But to see somebody like her to wake up every morning and do a Snapchat with her fucking hair disgustingly fucked up, no makeup, eyes, crust coming out of her eyes, drool. She's so real. I love it. I love that we get to see her in her most fucked up forms. Like, she's a human being. Nicki wouldn't dare not have 26 inches or more down her back, makeup, plastic outfit on. Like, she was gone for 5 months, but she was definitely getting that body done because her booty looked way bigger now. It looked like it got bigger.
Cardi tried to relate, man. Cardi's relatable.
Yeah.
Like she converted a lot of people.
Yeah,
people who didn't
that wasn't fans.
Came back later like, man, you know what? I gotta respect the bitch. She's saying her truth.
Yeah,
and that's just what it is.
So let me ask you this, because this was off topic, but I just thought about it. So I don't know if you saw, but Oprah on her web, I don't even know what the page is called, but it's more like not her real page, but her other page. She posted a picture saying she was listening to Cardi B's new album. Do you believe that? That's the first question. The second question is, does it matter whether she listened to it or not? The fact that she gave Cardi that look, is that all that matters?
Hell no, I don't believe it. We know that she probably, hell no. I don't believe that shit at all. Not one bit. Yeah. But, I mean, it matters for people who watch us. A lot of people follow Oprah, so when they see that, man, that's life to people, man. You know, social media and celebrity speaking is life. That's life to people. So they give us a little bit even more props.
More props. Yeah. You know, I had a debate in my group chat with some people about that. And they was like, Oprah does so much for the black community. Why do you think that she would post that if she really wasn't listening, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, listen, okay. You talking about a bitch who has been the only cover model for her magazine for about, 15, 16 years? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Okay? Y'all can kiss my ass with the Oprah talk. I ain't gonna make it into Oprah today because y'all know I got some bars for her ass at any moment. But today we gonna let the bitch live.
Hey, I be feeling bad. I feel bad. I think about my grandmama. She watch Oprah every day. I'm like, damn, if my granny heard this shit,
right? She'll be pissed. That's why I just be leaving Oprah alone because people really are brainwashed into thinking that. I get it. Oprah can do whatever she wants with her money. I mean, I have no right to tell her what the fuck to do with her money, but I do have a right to criticize when she's trying to act pro-black, and I know she's not. Okay, she's doing the bare minimum to make sure that it appears to be pro-black, but she's also making sure she doesn't do enough so that the white men of America that pretty much run this country and her don't kick her to the curb, so long as she stays in the circle. So she toes the line well enough for black people to be stupid and for white people to not care. That's what I think about Oprah and her blackness. Moving on.
I share a lot. That's true. That's kind of accurate.
Right. Moving on. I know you saw what happened to black men sitting in Starbucks, minding their motherfucking business, not ordering shit, but waiting for their homeboy. I have been to Starbucks, Panera Bread, Atlanta Bread Company, all these great white establishments with great Wi-Fi to go and download things and do my homework. Didn't order a motherfucking thing. Nobody has ever cared if you order anything in these restaurants. But suddenly, someone called the police, an employee called the police and said, there's 2 black men here and they haven't ordered shit and we would like for the police to come. Now, why would you call the police when 2 people are just sitting there not causing problems, not yelling, not instigating anything? Why wouldn't they be able to just sit there and use the Wi-Fi and drink the free water like everybody else?
You know, they've been stereotyped and profiled by some, like you say, the white person was afraid or fear for their life. It's gonna be some type of bullshit. Did you see? Man, that's bull. Did you see the interview the police officer gave?
No, what was it? What did he say?
Officer Ross, the chief, whatever.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah. This motherfucker comes first. He tried to give justification about the police officer taking him to jail, like why they was right and this is what they were supposed to do. And then he gave another, within the same statement, another excuse for the Starbucks company saying this happened. They called the police last month on somebody. They're consistent, and this is what they're supposed to do. You gave everything what they were supposed to do. Then you're going to say what the black people did wrong. Right. What the mean they did wrong? No, they don't supposed to leave because you bitches said leave. We all fucking human beings.
Yeah.
Like what? You a cop, y'all supposed to come and assess the motherfucking scene and see what's really happening.
What's the truth and not. And if you see and the crazy part, their third person they were waiting for had showed up right when the police got there.
Yeah. And they still
arrested him. So why weren't they allowed to order something now the person's finally there? Like, I feel like, of course, this is racial profiling, but to me, I'm glad it happened in a way because it needs to continue to be seen. Because the only reason that the shit went viral is because of the white people that was there that was saying, like, what the fuck did they do, man? Did you see those white people? Like, they didn't do anything. Why are you arresting them? And I'm like, okay, white people. Okay.
No, but this shit, though. If you go and watch it, listen to if you watch it online and you read the words, like these white people know their privilege because the white
but it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, she was like, I know I'm privileged, but I know I'm privileged, but I didn't know it was to this magnitude.
Yes, they're learning. That's why that is why it needs to keep happening because it is opening the eyes of some of the people. We're not gonna be able to get out of this without white people. Okay, we need them. We're gonna need them to see, just like we needed them in the Civil War. We're going to need them to combat against all the fuck niggas of America, the racists. And so we need these videos to go viral. We need white people to start being like, damn, I knew I had the privilege, but I didn't know it was this lit. They need to know that this shit is real. And it happens a lot. It happens a lot. Now, one thing that people were calling for is a boycott of Starbucks. Now, what do you think of that? What is your true opinion of boycotting Starbucks?
I mean, you can tell people to boycott it, but we're not the number one consumer there.
We're not. We're not. That's a great point. Yeah, that's a great point.
Look, we ain't going to Starbucks to drink coffee. That's not our thing. That's not what we do. So
yeah.
Who's boycotting it?
Well, this is my thing. When you say boycott, you have to understand what that means. And what people should know is there's a lot of Starbucks that are personally owned. It's not like one god that owns all Starbucks. There are different people. You can buy a franchise. And so some of these Starbucks may be black owned. You might take a look at that before you get to boycotting, okay? Because and then it's like sometimes you have to think about, who's employed by these companies. Are there black employees there? Do you want to boycott? Then they're going to lose their job. So it's tough. But what I would do is, I saw this on Instagram. Charlamagne the God retweeted, brother Jesse posted, Philly, the best way to boycott Starbucks is to support Mark Lamont Hill's Uncle Bobby's coffee shop located at 5445 Germantown Avenue. Uncle Bobby's, and it's spelled UNCLEBOBBIES.com. Redistribute the pain, buy black. So
that's great.
There we go. There we go. So let's give Uncle Bobby some shine. Let's see if they can brew the coffee and make the donuts and the biscuits and the bagels and all that shit just as good as Starbucks. Let's start doing that instead of boycotting, because we don't know. It's in Philly. I don't know. I won't always say boycott a franchise like that because you don't know who the owner is, So you don't want to hurt someone if you're really trying to support black people. You don't want to hurt someone black at the same time. So check that out, but also check out Uncle Bobby's if you're really trying to, just help somebody out, help another black company out. But boycotting isn't always the answer. But fuck Starbucks, though, in real life. Because I never really liked them anyway, just because the prices are high as fuck. And it's bullshit product. The product is complete bullshit. Why is it so expensive and it's not even like the best? Starbucks beans and all that shit is weak as fuck. There's way better tasting coffee. I don't even drink coffee, but I just goes with all of my friends and people that I know. They say Starbucks is just a name. You're brainwashed into thinking that you need Starbucks. There's better coffee out there anyway. So whatever.
That's
that. Tristan Thompson. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. We got to talk about Tristan Thompson cheating on Chloe. I don't know what the surprise is. He had a fiance that was pregnant a couple of years ago. He cheated on her before she gave birth with Chloe. And now Chloe's was due any day now, and he got caught cheating on her. What's going on? I thought y'all said black men don't cheat. What happened?
Who said black men don't cheat?
It's all over social media.
And who separated cheating by race? Who did that shit?
Black Twitter. Black Twitter says black men don't cheat.
Oh man, that's bullshit. I don't know, why they surprised? I expected this. This is.
I have to say that I thought that Tristan was a little starstruck. I never saw this coming with Chloe, especially being pregnant. I thought, the Kardashians had him goo goo gaga, but like always. Niggas always cheat on the Kardashians. They're just not really that interesting once you get with them, I feel like.
Just like a nigga just like he was starstruck when he seen her, he was walking in a club and he was hotel lobby, he got thought struck or hoe struck. Like, God damn, she can get the business.
He was open mouth kissing the one bitch, motorboat another bitch, she grabbing his dick. Tristan wanted the tray ball. Tristan don't never shoot threes in the game. We about to shoot a goddamn three that night. He's about to shoot the tray ball. Hell yeah.
Threes company, guy. That's supposed to be.
Now, he
got too much money.
Chloe has forgiven him, and of course she did. Why would she not forgive him? I'm not letting my nigga go if he cheat. I don't give a fuck what you bitches say. All right? Cheating is not a deal breaker for me. It is not. I'm sorry. And besides the fact, there's no proof that he actually cheated. That's that video we saw, and then there was an 8-second, doggy style, raw doggy style from the back video. I know you saw it. I know you saw it. I know you saw it.
Come on.
That don't mean we don't know if that's Tristan or not. That's alleged, and I respect Chloe for taking her nigga back. You don't know if that was him. And these shits took place in October. All the dates is wrong. You know what pisses me off? You know what really pisses me off? All these bitches saying dump him, and they done took their nigga back 3 and 4 and 5 motherfucking times. But telling Chloe to dump her nigga.
That's why you can't talk to females about relationships and shit like that, because they always gonna say some stupid shit.
Dump him.
They do stupid
you
shit.
deserve better than this. No, she don't. She don't deserve better than this, nigga. No, Chloe don't. Okay, Chloe's a bucket. Chloe been fucking and ducking around the hip hop community for damn near 10 years, my nigga. This is probably karma. Okay. Like what the fuck? This is what she deserves, my nigga. Yeah, I feel sorry for her because, I was pregnant once and I had a rough pregnancy, and I can only imagine finding out that my nigga was cheating on me during pregnancy. And that part of it is sad because you have a lot of emotions and no man can ever understand that. And I get that part of it. But, when that's over with, my nigga, let me tell you something. Chloe, nigga, did you see all her old niggas started refollowing her on social media? Like, nigga, she'll be fine. She will be fine. She's got the baby she always wanted. It's by a black man. It's going to be mixed. She's now black for real, even though she was already black because OJ's her daddy, allegedly. I don't fucking know, but she's fine. Chloe will be just fine, okay? She doesn't need Tristan to live a great life. She doesn't. And I'm pretty sure another nigga will come in and be daddy if she asks him to, so she'll be fine.
So you telling me y'all exes start following her?
Yeah, all the niggas that she let, fucking duck, they all back in the game now. Niggas is gonna come over there and play daddy. Niggas is ready to play daddy these days, okay? Especially to a Kardashian. These hoes are rich. These hoes are balling. So it is what it is. Shout out to Tristan. You know what's so crazy? I hope this is a good thing, but I'm mad because the bitch forgave him. Because if you think about it, 2016, Villanova won. Bama won. Was it Bama that won?
College football?
Yeah.
Shit, I can't even remember now.
Whatever happened.
It was Alabama. Yeah.
Then Tristan cheated on his first girl that was pregnant. And we won the championship. So
you hope it counts. So this is a telltale sign. This good. We happy. Go with it, bro.
Hey, we got this.
Take one for the team.
Take
Tristan.
one for the team, Tristan. We needed you to cheat again. We needed Villanova to win. We needed all these things to work out so that we can get back to this championship. So Tristan, do your part, my nigga. I appreciate it. I respect it. He's doing his part. Now, hopefully, he continues to sit on that goddamn bitch and not get in the way.
Man, I tell you, he had to not, man, we can't play him like that.
Yeah.
If they want to win, he got to come off the bitch.
He gonna have some important roles in some of these series,
No, that's what I'm saying. He gonna come off the bench and his energy gonna determine how much he plays.
Yeah, he just needs to do the right thing for a while. And it's making me nervous. Making me very, very nervous. But we're gonna get into these playoffs because before the playoffs, let's talk Rookie of the Year. So I know you've been seeing Mitchell has been wearing the rookie definition hoodies and all this stuff. And what is your opinion of his antics and the things that he's doing to prove that he should be Rookie of the Year? The definition and outside of play, he's doing a lot of thirsty nigga shit to bring attention to, himself being Rookie of the Year instead of Ben Simmons. What's your opinion of that?
I understand where you're coming from because you want credit for things that you do. And what he did wasn't expected. Like with him being a rookie and then he, nobody expected him to be good. And he averaging 20 on leading all rookies scoring. He feel like he should get credit for that. Then he playing in a small market like Utah and he's not, they ain't getting credit. They number 3 or 4 seed.
They are the number 4 seed.
Yeah, number 4 seed. And they lost Gordon Hayward, Joe Johnson, Rodney Hood. George Hill. Those are all the leading scorers and players from last year. So nobody expected them to get to this point. So he feel like, shit, we deserve something.
Yes.
Rookie of the year.
But. In that whole thing, if you are legit the rookie of the year, it is your trophy. Why would you want it with an asterisk by it? Like, why would you even be arguing and saying things like Ben Simmons is not technically a rookie? I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't give a fuck. If the definition is never played in an NBA game, by definition, is Ben Simmons a rookie?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. He is a rookie. Like, I just feel like, I mean, this is the social media days now. People speak and say shit now. This ain't some day where... No,
I understand, but it's the way he's doing. Like, if someone asked me a question about, how do you feel if Ben Simmons is in the Rookie of the Year category? He was injured last year, and he had all this experience. He got to work out with NBA players and use their trainers and play in the summer league, but didn't play a game, and now he's in discussion. I would say, hey, let them choose. May the best man win. Flat out.
See, that's what he would have said if Ben Simmons wouldn't have said none. No one.
What you mean?
If Ben Simmons wouldn't have said none or nobody.
Are you talking about when they were discussing who was better than him as a rookie?
Yeah. No, he didn't ask who was better. He said who have you seen paying attention to that's been playing good, doing it, like saying who's been on the radar as far
and he
as
said nobody. So you think that's what he was triggered?
That's what started the whole thing.
Oh, he was triggered. He was triggered.
He said I don't see nobody. I don't see no one.
That's fine. I don't understand why that's seen as personal. He's just got tunnel vision right now. That's not a shot at. That's a shot at a few people if you think about it.
Yes.
But nobody else took it personal. Nobody else is in
the running. Nobody else is in the running for Rookie of the Year.
I feel like if Mitchell is that nigga like he is, why wouldn't you just let your game talk? Why wouldn't you just allow the league to give you the award? Are you afraid that you're not going to get it?
Because you already know the league it's about politics. Quit doing that. You know politics plays a part in everything. I'll give you a perfect. You know politics. We know who the MVP is at All-Star break.
So you're saying to me, are you trying to say Ben Simmons is the Rookie of the Year? Are you saying that?
No, yes. Everybody knows that.
Okay. Then what if he don't get the award, then what?
Ain't no if. We know this. Just like we know
a lot of things change. That's why they change these awards to take place in June so they can sit back and wait and see how these playoffs go so they can decide at the end of the day who they really want to choose. You don't think that they're going to try to use this first round of the playoffs to set it because I think that the Sixers where they're sitting versus where the Utah Jazz are sitting is lower in comparison, but fairly equal if you think about it. Because if it's kind of equal. So I feel like, to me, I would let this play out. I would let this first round play out and see who comes out of it. That can help you determine who the Rookie of the Year is. Ben Simmons is doing this without Embiid a lot of games.
He's only played like 6 games, but that's neither. I'm saying the votes are already in. They just don't have the awards to June.
That's so dumb. That's so annoying. These awards, it's making me think about they're trying to be like the NFL and doing corny shit all year.
That's what they're trying to do. That's exactly what they're trying to do to keep them relevant. But the votes have already been cast. At the end of the season, the media people put their votes in. So now the votes are already in for those.
Okay.
Rookie of the Year, MVP, everything. These playoffs ain't got shit to do with it.
So MVP is going to James Harden.
Yes.
And now last year, were you on board for Westbrook to win the MVP?
No.
You were not. And why is that?
No. Because his team didn't have one of the best. Because before the media started getting as much power, it was always usually
the best player with the best team.
Player with the best record. Usually, that's how Derrick Rose won it over LeBron that other time.
Okay.
That's
So if you stick to the rules, you're supposed to stick to the rules for Rookie of the Year. So that means Ben Simmons should be in the discussion. And if you're talking about the best player on the best team, then James Harden should win the MVP this year.
Yes.
No question.
Yeah, he should win. I'm saying based on those, and that's their criteria. Yeah. I feel like he should win.
So last year was some bullshit.
Yeah, last year was
because, as you know, Westbrook is averaging triple-double once again, first player in NBA history to do this 2 years in a row. Not even in the discussion now. Yeah. Not even talked about. Why?
That's why I said, because the media determines the MVP in the NBA. So they're going to control the narrative how they see fit. Once they talk, they probably get together. I'm probably sure Chris Broussard, Stein, whoever, all those NBA, they talk to each other. They all have relationships. Man, and they all have votes. So, you know, they know what it is. They determine the narrative on how it goes. Did you see that game, though? Did you see that Westbrook needed like 16 rebounds or something, dog? Did you see how he was getting those rebounds? Like, why do you? And he was like, everybody would want to do it if they could do it. But to me, that's why last year I was so salty about him getting the MVP, because I'm watching these games and I'm seeing how they are intentionally trying to give him stats. Like, that's not basketball. That's like when we saw the Ball brothers, you know, getting 70-something points over in Lithuania, like, and you could tell they were just really giving him the ball and making sure he scored all the points. Like, yeah, it's cool, but that's not really dope to me. It's not. I don't respect it at all. I don't respect it. That's what I said. It's not dope at all, but players can't really just speak on it. Like, so, like now. Because then you look like you hating or something? Yeah, because it's going to look like they hating or they this and that when they speak up. So you just be like, forget it. Let me just take this high road because I really don't care her or there. Like, but you know what it is. Anybody who plays know, like, yeah, you get it, you get it. We'll get it just from playing basketball. Not because the coach is saying on free throws, let him come in a big. Like, no, that's just weird. Well, I'm annoyed. I'm just glad that the regular season is over. I get so excited. It's like an up and a down for me when the NBA playoffs start. Like, I'm so hyped because I feel like it's beginning, but then it's also ending. I have to remind myself that in exactly 60 days, this shit is going to be over with. And I'm going to be sick as fuck. But hold on. It's going to be different this year. Oh, this year. You know what I call this year? You know what I call this year? I call this year Robbin season. This is Robbin season in the NBA because I truly feel like I don't know who's going to win this year. I really don't know. Ooh. I really don't know. I have no You know who I'm rooting for, my nigga? I'm Cavs to the end. Yeah. I'm Cavs. My heart is there. But my brain is telling me that it could go in, injuries, technical fouls, my nigga, minutes. Like, a lot of shit could happen right now. Rotation. Yes, like coaching. Oh my God, this is gonna be a great NBA season. So we gonna have two categories because we can't get too deep into it. But the two categories I want to do is most compelling series. Which series are the most compelling to you? Like, which ones do you think? These two these games, I really don't know how it's going to turn out. New Orleans and Portland. You saw that last night. I stayed up for that one, baby. That was an incredible game last night. Don't do me. I don't have time for your shit, Hustle. Hustle, I do not have time for your shit. I don't have time for your shit. Fuck you and Rondo, non-shooting ass. He was hooping last night. He was hooping. I ain't even gonna hate. I ain't gonna hold you at all. I ain't gonna hold you. He still can't make a left-hand layup. He still can't make a mid-range jump shot. The three is still suspect. The free throw is suspect. But what Rondo does, he knows the game of basketball. He knows his players. The best thing that ever happened to him was Boogie getting injured. Yes. That's the best thing that ever happened to him. Now he got the ball. Yeah, now he gets to control the game. Now he gets to do all the things that make him look great because there's a lot of things that he cannot do in a game of basketball. But one thing he can do is put. When we talk to you about the kind of person that you are, do you want us to focus on the shit that you do great or your shortcomings? Respect. Tell me what you want us to you know what? Guess what? We talking about my entertainment, and I wouldn't mind people telling me my shortcomings. I'm always open to hearing how I can. This what I'm doing right now. This podcast shit. This is how I'm entertaining people. So I'm open to hearing people's opinion of it and how I can make it better. Like, come on. You ain't gonna see me, goddamn. What is this, year 15 for Rondo, my nigga? Year 15, nigga still can't shoot a free throw. Still can't make a left-hand layup. Still can't hit a fucking mid-range jumper. I'm never gonna be this deep in my game and not have shit that I can't do anymore. It's not happening. I'm gonna ask you this:
What's
How
up?
many assists did Portland have as a team?
Portland? Oh God.
That game.
Oh, God.
How many assists did
But if
Portland
you-
as a team have?
Okay, that's a very low number, and the only reason I know this is because they have players on their team that actually can create their own shot,
Okay.
which is a gift and a curse.
Rondo had more assists than the whole fucking team.
Didn't he have like
So we don't
16?
wanna-
He had like 16 or some shit.
Goddamn. You can't just get. Yeah, you got to create those.
I'm not hating. I'm not hating, and you don't create all them assists, but there's no hate in his assists. You're not finna hear no hate from me from Rondo's game last night. I'm not gonna hate on it. All I'm gonna say is the reason that they're probably not gonna get past the first round, or definitely not the second round, is because Rondo ain't got no jump shot. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Rondo can't help. Rondo can't help when they need him.
All I know is that's the one of the most intriguing series I know.
Yeah, it is.
And I know Avery Johnson won the title. It's fine, so we're gonna fight through it.
Okay.
Let's go.
Respect. Who do you have winning that series though? Do you want to make a guess? Because I got no fucking clue at all.
My guess is New Orleans.
New Orleans taking that series. You think McCollum and Lillard aren't going to show up? You think that they just this was their best year that we've seen them together as a tandem. They're playing great basketball. Aminu's balling. They got niggas hitting shots. They got a lot going on in Portland. And you think that they're not going to have enough to take this 7 and beat the Pelicans?
It ain't, like I said, man, they're good. It's a lot of good teams. But when your point guard is going to be the one that consistently leads you in shot attempts and shoot the type of shots that he shoots.
Mm-hmm. And he going to have off nights.
We going to be fine. The best player on the floor is Anthony Davis. And most of the time, Anthony Davis going to get some easy shots, some shots without the ball, some shots. Like, it's just different. And I feel like they got Rondo, who's like the technician out there. Shit, it's just different. I'm sorry. I like Portland. I like Lillard. He might be first team out NBA. He got an argument for it. But, man, that boy Anthony Davis, and when Rondo went to him.
Did you see how Drew Holiday was hooping?
No, Drew's been this is real talk.
No, I'm not.
After the All-Star break, Drew Holiday has been a top 3 shooting guard in the league.
Right, and I'm not just talking about offense, on defense as well.
Everything.
He's becoming a two-way player. Yeah.
They look like some niggas out the hood who say,
everybody hair nappy.
These niggas better than y'all.
Everybody hair nappy.
Well, come on, like they Rondo at point, Holiday and Antoine Moore. And them niggas is like, we the niggas, we here.
Yeah. Impressive. That might be the only. Well, no. We got Oklahoma and Utah. What do you think of that series?
That's the second series. That's when I was going to say, as far as the two, that right there is the second one.
Yeah.
Like, ooh.
I'm leaning. I don't know why, but I'm definitely leaning towards Utah in that series, and the reason. Is that rude? I'm rude.
Rude.
I'm rude. Who you got? You got Oklahoma?
It's you now. We listen to you. Get your shit off. We listen.
The reason that I'm going with Utah is just quite simply because I don't trust Russell Westbrook. He has never been a player that I trust in a. He doesn't make right decisions with the basketball. He doesn't. The only reason that they would win this series to me is if he actually made the right decisions, if he actually cared and passed the ball around and wasn't concerned with his own individual stats. That's what I think. Wow. I think Utah plays good basketball. I think that they know that they don't have what a lot of these teams have. They don't have these big guys, these big name people. They have a great team. They have a great offense. They run the offense well. They play good team basketball. And it just seems like a better team to me.
I mean, those are all valid points. I just feel like you have to take it so you don't, at some point, you don't think Russell Westbrook is going to be able to just,
take over like he usually does?
Just take over like anything. Like take over the playoffs. Take over like at some point with the talent he had. Like last year he averaged 30-some points, 12 rebounds, 10 rebounds, 11 assists, and they lost whatever to Houston. But now with him having Paul George, Carmelo, you don't think in the playoffs it'll be a little bit different once the grind get real?
Not really.
Having those two guys.
Not really. I mean, I don't.
to lose to Utah in the first round means that that's like saying Oklahoma City should just change their whole team. That's basically
kind of yeah. Because I don't think Paul. You think Paul George is coming back?
I think so.
See, that's the difference between us. I don't know if I don't think that he comes back. I think that I don't know how. I wouldn't be happy playing with Russell Westbrook. I would not this Russell Westbrook. I wouldn't. If I was playing at Rucker or Pickup and all this shit, yeah, sure. But if I'm talking about going after a championship, I just feel like when I saw him playing with Durant, he didn't want to give him the ball. Why the fuck would I think he's going to give it to Paul George or Melo? Why?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying, like, when the playoffs and what happened with the playoffs, I just don't picture them losing in the first round. Because I feel like that'll change the whole dynamic of the team. It'll make Paul George leave. Everybody start pointing a finger at Westbrook, saying nobody in the NBA wants to play with Westbrook. He's a selfish player. And I just don't really see that narrative taking place in this NBA.
Well, I guess we're going to see. It's in his hands. It's in his hands.
Yeah,
he actually has the ball in his hands. He has the capability to do exactly what you said, which is take over the game the right way. Or he can get selfish and shoot all the balls in the fourth quarter and not give anybody else a shot to do it. That's what I've seen him do multiple times.
Yeah, I have to. You know, I'm just a fan of how hard he plays.
Yeah, I mean, like, hard. Don't nobody go harder. Don't nobody go harder. This man is serious. But like I said, his mind isn't always in the right place. He doesn't always know the right things to do.
It's gonna be. I feel like this the playoffs that it might be different. I don't know why. I've always been on board.
I know
what you saying now.
And you feel like this year is the year. I want to see.
Just watching them play, I feel like this year will be different. Like his maturity. I feel like it's gonna be a little different because I feel like Paul George and Carmelo had bought in the Westbrook being the dude. He's the nigga. Westbrook is the dude for them, and even Paul George has bought into that. So I feel like
this is the year.
Oh yeah, the defense.
Well, maybe that's what he needed. Maybe he needed guys on his team to be like, "It's your team. We're just here to support you," and maybe that'll relax him and make him feel more comfortable sharing the ball and doing better point guard things instead of just trying to do it all himself. We'll see. Switch over to the East Coast for the most compelling series. I'm going to go with Toronto and Washington. That's that one. I don't believe that game one. I don't believe it. Do you believe it? Because it looked like it could have went to Washington, but Washington just kind of fell apart. They don't have it. This doesn't seem like they have it.
It's just like I said, it's two things that happened that you knew was going to happen. You could tell at the moment is a little big for DeRozan and
the way they came out early, not playing well.
Even in the third or fourth quarter, DeRozan would decide to break down the defense and see what kind of shots he want to make or plays he want to make. It's just like, to me, when a person just try to always go to the hole and end up throwing some crazy pass, I feel like the moment is getting too big for him. If you look at the
instead of settling down.
If he hit you with a crossover or something, shoot a little step back, pull up with poise, you could tell he out there chilling and relaxing and he in his zone. That's how I sometimes when you look at them play, DeRozan was always going to the hole, throwing him wild. He was looking like it was just big, but I mean, like they got a good team and it's their style of play is gonna be different. So they're gonna have a chance to win.
Yeah, I know that, they got the bench mob, which is doing great things for them. All season, their bench has been kind of like that crutch anytime the two stars weren't balling. But what I know about NBA playoffs is you only going to be as good as your stars. So your bench can be incredible. They can lift you up in some heated moments. But if your stars are struggling, like legit struggling and not getting it done, it's going to be a bad time. And if DeRozan and what's this little chubby one's name? Lowry. So rude.
But
Kaep been balling. He been hitting the three. He's been doing well this year, but both of them kind of stumbled out.
He made winning plays yesterday.
Yeah, he did. That's what kind of turned it over when those two woke up. Because in the first half, I was a little nervous. I was like, listen, it don't matter how good the bench is doing. These two got to wake up. They got to wake up. And they did. And that really flipped the whole game around and gave them what could have been a loss, like a low-key easy win at the end of the day.
I mean, it would have been an easy win. It's just different, man. In basketball, to me, like in most games, nothing matters but the last 5 minutes.
Pretty much.
The last 5 minutes, both teams usually are going to be in position to have a chance to make plays and win. And this is when your star power really comes to play a part in the game, like how you said. And this time, Kyle Lowry made all the plays in the last 5 minutes for the most part. Either he created a shot or defensive energy, pick and roll, getting into the lane. Just what it was. And Washington was the same thing. John Wall trying to do too much. John Wall not realizing he's not the best player on the floor, nor the best player on his team.
You know what I was thinking about? I was like, damn, I was thinking about when he wasn't playing, they was talking about everybody eats and all that stuff. And then he came out. I mean, he just took up, and I'm not going to take bad shots, but bad attempts at scoring. You know, like some of those layups, like 3 people on you, my nigga. Like, why are you driving into the whole 3 people and trying to throw this little layup up? Like, it was driving me crazy a little bit. It really was.
Looking at the refs, holding your hands up. Ref. Nobody want to hear that weak ass shit, my nigga. You ain't the best scorer on your motherfucking team is Bradley Beal. So in the fourth motherfucking quarter, you need to give that bitch to Bradley, let him run the pick and roll, and you find a way to cut off the ball, back cut, get an offensive rebound, find another fucking way to impact the game.
Well,
damn, it's evolution and growth. I'm tired of seeing that weak ass shit.
Tell us how you feel, Hustle. Tell us how you feel.
No, because John Wall was one of my favorite point guards.
I remember we used to argue about this nigga. Do you remember we used to argue about this nigga? And now you remember. Now you flipping on him. Now why you flipping on him?
Too, because I feel like he want to start him in fame too fucking much. He ain't respecting the game. You ain't bigger than the game. I don't give a fuck what it is. Yeah, people talk about LeBron, but LeBron respects the game.
Definitely does.
He's like, this dude don't respect the game. He act like he's bigger than the game. No, sometimes Bradley Beal, you shouldn't lead the team in shot attempts every fucking time you on the floor.
Respect.
Hell nah. Nigga, you got Bradley doing the smoothest shooters, best score. You should lead the team in shot attempts every time you're on the floor. Make a play without the ball.
These are things that I used to argue with you about a couple of years ago. I don't know if you remember this.
Yeah, but he was young then.
Okay, well, he ain't young no more. He's still doing the same dumb shit. Yeah, that's why I couldn't respect. That's why I couldn't put him above certain point guards. I was like, no, I can't do it. Yes, he can score, but it's the way he do it. I wouldn't want him on my team. I wouldn't pick him as my point guard.
I don't want him to be my point guard. I'm good.
Right.
Give me Rondo.
Right.
Give me Rondo.
So these other series, which one of these would you say is most compelling? The Cavs and Pacers, the Sixers and the Heat, or Boston, Milwaukee?
I really think that Boston-Milwaukee series is going to be a toss-up.
You think it's because Kyrie's missing, or you think that it's just the Bucks are looking good?
Milwaukee plays bad basketball. I'm just being honest. Like, they have a bad brand of basketball that they play. And Boston has probably the best coach in the Eastern Conference. They have a system in place. They got dogs. But Greek Freak is the best player on the floor.
But that's all that matters, right?
Yeah. But then, as I said, in that last 5 minutes, though, we got to see, like, with Greek Freak not wanting to shoot jumpers, and then they don't really have the type of offensive system in place where when Greek Freak go to the hole, the space in the dirt for somebody else to get an easy jumper or shot. So it's like, yeah, they got some guys that can shoot, but they ain't like Philadelphia where it's space and movement to where, here go jump off, here go. It's different. So that's why I said it's hard. With Boston, Terry Rozier can average 20. So if he averages 20 or somewhere close to it,
they can make up for some of the lack of scoring. Yeah.
And he played deep. You know, it's like, so
you don't know.
You never know. Yeah, Jaylen Brown.
It's gonna be a good series. That game's at 1:00 today. I'm definitely feeling like Milwaukee can steal this series. I definitely feel that way. And if they don't, it kind of doesn't matter, to be honest with you, because I feel like Boston is so wounded that they're going to be out the second round anyway. Both of these teams are going to lose in the second round. So it's kind of like a cakewalk for whoever plays them, I think, in the second round.
Whoever plays them.
in the second round is what I'm thinking. I don't know. What do you think?
It depends on matchup, man.
Matchups.
Yeah, I feel like Greek Freak can make it a game, man. You just know he can impose his will on anybody. And then Chris Middleton is a damn good player.
I still think that there's just a lot of things that aren't all the way put together with that team yet. And I know that playoff basketball is different. Everything got to be going right. Shit's got to be moving in the right direction for you to get there. And it don't look like it's moving in the right. It looks like they could luckily get out of this first round beating a 2 seed because of injury. Because if Kyrie was playing, I wouldn't question this at all.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't question this.
I really see Boston winning in 6.
We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I don't even want to call it. I want to see how it goes first. I'm picking Milwaukee. I'll pick Milwaukee.
Okay, so
I'll pick Milwaukee.
Are we gonna bet something for this?
We can. We could bet something on. We could do a bracket. Let's do a bracket. We already have 4 games already. Let's let this first games go by. All 4 of today's games play. Boston's at 1, Philly, Cavs at 3, and then we've got Houston and OKC. So let's let today's games go by, and then we'll do a bracket. That way it's even. We've seen everybody play once.
You need to let all your fans tell all your friends they need to do a bracket too and post it.
Man, I just did a sex bracket. I just did a sex bracket during the March Madness. I ain't doing that shit again.
It was a hassle.
It wasn't a hassle. It was just a lot of work for me. I don't feel like doing the work. That's really what it is. I just don't feel like keeping up with it, and I don't know. But you and I can have a personal bet. We can figure this out. But what are we thinking about this Philly and Miami series? Is this we don't need much discussion over this. We thinking Philly's gonna take this?
I don't want to get too hype about it, but I do. Man, I feel like Miami to me has a great team defensively, everything, but I just feel like I don't know. They don't know what kind of team they want to be.
Still, all these years, this is always the Heat's issue. Who are they? What are they gonna do?
That's what Spo Bryant told us. You don't know what the fuck they are.
Right.
But it's going. I mean, that series probably can end up going 7. You just don't know. Cause I mean, like I said, Reddit, they made a lot of jumpers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I think Eric Spoelstra's a veteran coach. He's gonna make some adjustments. You know what I'm saying? And try to make Ben Simmons more of a shooter. Try to make, do something of that nature.
Cleveland. I'm moving on. I'm moving the fuck on. Cleveland and Indiana Pacers.
Oh, you know it. Come on.
Cleveland.
Yeah,
just want to get that out there. Golden State, San Antonio. Are we even gonna watch this anymore?
Yeah, I'm not even.
I don't even know if I want to. I didn't even. I turned the channel before halftime, and I kept jumping back just to see because how shit happens. I was like, this is a wash. Pop was pissed off in the press conference. He was talking all that. He sounds like he's defeated. He sounds defeated. He's like, what the fuck you mean? Fuck you mean? How? What happened? You ain't see the game? These niggas is nice, and we not.
Steve Kerr fucked the whole world up. He switched the whole lineup and put JaVale McGee Iguodala in 2, put that length out there.
That shit changed the whole shit.
And he come out there 2 little bitty ass guards, Patty Mills and Danny.
It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work,
bro.
It's not gonna work, man. Oklahoma, Utah. We talked about Rockets. What is this? Minnesota. What's up? What's up?
Man,
what's up? I know you got something to say about this. What's up? What's up?
I gotta see, man. Jimmy Butler's my guy.
I know he your guy. I know. That's why I said, what's up? What you gonna say? What you got to say? You trying to tell me the Rockets not about to sweep these niggas?
Hell no.
Okay, let me hear it. Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
They got some hungry niggas. Molly Mall hungry. What you mean? Molly Mall Road?
I hear you. I want to hype you up. I'm trying to hype you up. That's going 7, huh? You don't think this is sweet?
I don't give a fuck. Nah, they going 7. I'm telling you, Jimmy Butler gonna average 28.
I knew you was gonna get hyped. That's why I saved this for last. Minnesota has not been in the playoffs since 2004, my nigga. This is the longest active playoff drought. I know you are. You letting your heart get you in this right now. I think the Rockets make they. I'm a humor you a little bit. I'm gonna humor you and say that Minnesota wins one game. That's all I can give them. I can't give them no more than one game.
Nah. Let me quit bullshit on some real shit, man. Tibbs ain't no good coach, man. They ain't got a chance. Thibodeau cannot fucking coach, man. They ain't no like,
you coming back around? You humbling yourself?
Man. And Jeff Teague's so fucking horrible in the pick and roll.
Oh
he don't
God,
know what the fuck
that's why he got the fuck up out of Atlanta. That's why they let the other
Schroeder
dude, Schroeder take over.
Yeah, man, they can't. Tibbs can't coach. He got no bullshit. He got no offensive sense really. And then Teague running the pick and roll and Wiggins. Them some above average role players, really. That's what they are. And they don't, but now
they got some above average role players.
Yeah, and now one of them know it in the coaches, they can't let them know because the money is they getting paid. But in actuality, it should offense should go through Butler and Towns, and everybody else should get in where they fit in. That's why, but they can't, so they ain't got a chance.
This I'm predicting sweep on this one and the Warriors. Those are the two series that, if I were guessing, that I could say have the potential to be a sweep. Those two.
4-1. I'm gonna go 4-1.
I can entertain 4-1. I can entertain 4-1, but I'm thinking, they might make light of them, get the fuck out of there. It's probably still snowing in Minnesota, so niggas ain't trying to keep coming back there.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, man, but we're going to do a bracket. We're going to for sure do a bracket and just see how it all turns out. Aiden, I'm almost done. What do you want?
What's up, Aiden?
Okay. You just talking about the microwave? Just don't do it yet. Give me a second, okay? Sorry, y'all. Sorry. I got to be a mom and a goddamn podcaster sometimes. But, my nigga, I think we done. We done covered everything. Shit.
Yeah, we
done. Yeah. I'm just excited, man. Did you see John Wall and Drake going at it and shit? This is when you know basketball is back. Niggas talking shit. Like basketball is fun. It's so cool to see like the shit talking between the players and just fans and like rappers and singers and entertainers. Like this is like the fun time where it's just back and forth banter and bullshit and niggas booty holes getting tight. You find out who really ready for the lights. Yes. All them 82 games, niggas can fake and fraud for 82 games, my nigga. But come April, when you can see whose booty hole getting tight in the NBA. And I love it. I fucking love it, my nigga.
Man, I'm here for it, like y'all say. I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. Well, I appreciate you coming on with me, dog. I'm going to have you on again during these playoffs. Don't you dare think otherwise. I'm going to need you. Because you were, what's so crazy? I was going to have you on, not last week, but the week before. But a lot of my fans was requesting my nigga Black Trey, who I had on one time.
Tell Black, he don't throw no more fucking shade at LeBron. He's watching greatness. Yo, Black, you watching greatness, bro. Appreciate this is shit you don't get to see some once in a lifetime shit. You get to see the best player in the world at the peak of his power. This right here is greatness. What you finna watch right now.
He be hating low key.
Yeah.
I don't think he can help it. But
Rich, before you go though, that tax stone shit, that shit is dope. I always like when he be, man, that shit just so genuine and real, bro. I'm here for that shit too.
Yes, I'm gonna have tax on as much as possible. I don't really like to have him on just for dumb shit, like just boring, dumb, trivial shit in the hip hop community, but I'm definitely gonna have him on as much as I possibly can. I'm actually going to see him in about 8 days. Maybe 8 days. I'm going to see my nigga. So I'm kind of hyped.
When you gonna be in May? You gonna be home? I
can't tell you that, dog. I can't. My off season, I could be in Monaco tomorrow, nigga, Spain next day. Like I'm moving around. Only thing I know is I'll be in LA for Cinco de Mayo. That's the only thing I do know because my bitch Maya G, it's her birthday, so I'm doing something for her birthday for Cinco de Mayo weekend in LA. Other than that, I got no clue.
I need to be there. My birthday May 12th. I need to be wherever y'all.
Oh yeah, you after her. I think she's the 4th, but I'll be out there. I'll be out there the 4th and the 5th. But other than that, I don't know. For sure, my nigga.
Yeah.
All right, peace. Shout out to Hustle. I know a lot of y'all requested him to come on, talk some basketball, so I had to have him on. Hustle a real nigga. Yes, and we are back. And as promised, Clarence Hill Jr. will be joining me. He has been covering the Cowboys since 1997. It's a long time. But I'm going to have Clarence Hill on so we can get into all things football and absolutely talk about Dez Bryant leaving the team and what that means for his future and what the Cowboys plan to do without him. So let me get Clarence on the phone.
Hello?
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm great. How you been?
I am good. I'm good. Just been, busy last few weeks.
Last few days as well. We're going to get into all the Dez stuff, but of course I need to just catch up with you, see what's been going on with you, and we're going to talk some other football stuff as well. One of the things that I wanted to talk to you about, and I have an issue with it probably because I'm a wife of a soon to be 13-year veteran, and I wanted to know, what is the big deal about being at OTAs the very first day? Like, what does that mean for a team? Because tomorrow is the first day of OTAs, a big day in the NFL, and my husband has been asked to come to OTAs tomorrow, and I don't want him there. I don't want him there. There's no reason for him to be there, 13-year veteran, but it looks bad to the team somehow if the veterans and the guys aren't there. So what does that mean? What does it really truly mean to be there on day one of OTAs?
Yeah, it's the start of the offseason program. OTAs really don't start till May, but it started the offseason program, and actually a Floridian, former Cowboy, made famous back in the day when he said, "What do voluntary mean?" And
right.
It's voluntary workouts, and it's voluntary mandatory. That
don't make no sense to people like me.
No, it's voluntary because it's not. They can't make you come, but they want you to be there, and certainly they judge you. And it's a time when they want the team all back together, working out together, getting ready for the start of the season. It's a true start, I guess, of them getting ready for next season. So they want their veteran leaders there. They want them to, just show that you buy into what they're doing. That's why they want you there. They just want you to show that you're buying in.
I understand that, but do you know that a lot of players just go on day one just because the media is there? You know that, right?
Well, I don't, because we don't even get to go at all. So it depends.
Well, the first day the media is allowed there in most places.
Not in Dallas at all.
Oh, y'all don't get to go to any of them.
Yeah,
Jerry Jones is out there punking y'all. Let me find out.
It's closed to all of us. Yeah, some places have different things, and it depends on the team, and that's fine. They let them go to the first one, and they don't go to some if that's how they want to do it. I know in Dallas they really want a good consistency of their players there. And truth be told, in Dallas, 50 players have already been working out on a regular basis. For the last 2 months. They've been doing it on their own even before the start of the offseason program, because most of the guys live here, and because it's centrally located, so a lot of guys move here, live here, stay here, and so they've already been working out on their own as a unit together at the team's facility. Now it's just official, but again, it's just for them. It's just a show that you're buying in and you're focused and you're ready to get started.
But it's April.
No.
It's April. We just left in January. We literally just left. Our families, we just packed up. We're just getting comfortable in the house. Took us a couple of months to get it ready. And now it's time to go again. That just seems a little crazy. The NFL to me is just overdoing a lot of things.
The football season has gotten longer and longer.
It's crazy. There's no off season. It seems like.
There's no off season, especially with the age of the internet, and they've stretched everything out, and certainly with free agency and everything else, has just gotten longer and longer and longer. But, that's all the world cares about football. They want their football news, and they're giving it to them.
Speaking of things that people care about, I actually care that Mr. Kraft, along with, I think, the governor of Philly, went to visit Meek Mill who is a rapper, not an athlete, never been an athlete, in jail. And we still have players like Kaepernick and Eric Reid who aren't signed. What is the message that the NFL owner like Robert Kraft or anyone that would visit a rapper in jail sending when they won't entertain players that protest for police brutality and black rights?
Well, you know what? This is a nuanced conversation because it goes deeper on so many levels. Because the judge that put him in jail is a black woman.
Yes, I do.
The judge that has been so archaic in her thinking and so stringent and really closed-minded about the situation is a black woman. Mm-hmm. And so we certainly disagree with her politics on this subject, and this goes to mass incarceration and how they treat folks in the prison system and the jail system and all that other stuff. And it's just such a big, deep topic that clearly goes beyond race. Because when you got this black judge that's basically doing their work for them to a certain extent, but yeah, Kraft is he's so interesting because. He wears his Air Force Ones and certainly relates to his players. And he did go visit Meek Mill, and I think he and Meek Mill have a relationship. They did some kind of party in Miami, and he's visited. He had invited Meek Mill and some players and rappers over, and he's the one who sent his plane from New England from Boston down for the victims of that tragedy in Florida. To go to the protest in Washington. Mm-hmm. It wasn't, the guy and again, that's against the president's politics. And
right. So that's why none of this is making sense. How do you support this president?
How? He supports the president. Yeah. I mean, so, and a lot of these people support the president because of he helps them make money, but I don't know if they always support his politics. And so it's tough. But the bottom line is you support Meek Mill and yet Kaepernick and Eric Reid, who are fighting social injustice, you're against their protests, which clearly makes no sense to me. And I tweeted about the other day, which probably got retweeted all over the world because it's just so confusing. How you going to be down for Meek Mill but don't stand up for Kaepernick and Eric Reid? It makes no sense. And clearly the governor in Philadelphia they're trying to reform the. And certainly with the help of Malcolm Jenkins and some other guys, they're certainly trying to reform some things up there in Pennsylvania and what they're doing. But as far as the NFL is concerned, and Jerry Jones got deposed this week in the Kaepernick collusion grievance against the league, and Kraft will be deposed soon. They've already talked to Bob McNair Houston, who really looked like a slave.
Who is a racist.
The way he talks. Yeah. But and they've talked to the people that run the Baltimore Ravens. I think they will depose Commissioner Roger Goodell soon. So, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this whole Robert Kraft thing certainly throws you for a loop when you put it in the backdrop of how the league is treating Kaepernick and Eric Reid.
So is it clear now, is it officially clear that Eric Reid and Colin Kaepernick are being blackballed because of protests? It's officially clear now because I actually heard Stephen A. Smith on his show saying that the Seahawks owner said that when he met with Kaepernick, he was asking him like what his intentions were as far as kneeling for the anthem. And Cap obviously said, yeah, I still might kneel. Like he's not telling them no. And he's being clear. See, me, I would lie like shit and say I'm not going to kneel, get a contract, and then kneel. But he's being an upstanding man and being, true to himself. And so for them to say something like, well, he has made it clear that he is not protesting police. He's not protesting military or the flag. It's about police brutality and black injustices. And we now want to know why that's our issue. The NFL has said, why is that our issue? If we have a problem with that, then we can remove you. It's clear now, right? There's no going around it anymore. It's clear.
I guess it's clear. Just getting back to that lawsuit, this is only going to help Kaepernick's lawsuit.
Yeah. Flat out.
It's only going to help that part of it, and it's interesting that they would have that take, knowing that people are getting deposed, legs getting deposed. That thing is going to come to the forefront. But but you know how this takes. That still could be 2 years before they even see court.
Right.
It's going to be drug out. But anybody who can put one and one together, you can see that the reason that they're not playing, certainly the reason the captain's not playing is because of protests, not because of play.
Right. So I'm just glad that's out the door now. Yeah.
We knew that last year. And whether they wanted, people who were against him wanted to put it on performance, it was never about performance. It was all about, the protest.
Because as you can see, you've seen all these other random quarterbacks getting signed, and we saw RG3 getting signed. I always felt like that was some type of setup to, not saying that this man doesn't deserve a second chance. It just all seemed coincidental when he was signed and everything that was going on. And so now it's like, it is officially because of protests. And in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, this will help with his lawsuit, but do they really have the right to decline you employment if you're protesting and they feel like it's downgrading their business or detrimental to their league? Is it legal? Is it legal?
And that's what we're going to find out. But obviously, it's a private industry, so they have a right to really do what they want to do, as Commissioner Goodell has done in the way he disciplines players. But we'll see. Collusion is not legal. But individual teams have a right to do what they want to do, but collusion is not legal, and so that's been taken to court before, and they've lost on the collusion cases before. But the question is, and these old owners, were they smart enough? Did they really have a conversation with each other and say, we're not doing this, or is just something that they all, did on their own? But obviously, it's a collective thought.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that you have a right to do what's best for your business, but I don't know if the protests really hurt their business.
Not.
It's not. Politics, and that's that's something that I don't think has been found out.
Well, I mean, if you look at the NFL, and you look at the declining skills, you look at the rules changes, that the game isn't as fun anymore. Receivers can run across the middle. There's no fear. Corners can't touch receivers. Quarterbacks can't get hit. They're now finally letting you celebrate. The game is getting weaker. And if you think that protest is the reason that it's changed, look at the NBA. They have players and coaches every single day going at the police, talking about America and black people and the issues. And the NBA ratings are soaring. Have you noticed? They're soaring. Yeah. They're killing. So I don't think that the protests have a lot to do with it. I think that the game is getting boring. The game, they bit themselves in the ass when they started making the whole DraftKings and all the gambling with it. You don't have to watch the game anymore. You don't. What do you need to watch for? You could just look at the stats and see if you won. It's kind of turned into that.
Yeah, and I would also say that the NBA audience is certainly different than NFL audience.
Yes.
NFL audience is definitely more corporate and more white.
NFL is white, racist, old, and boring, and the NBA audience is young, cool, hip, and fun.
Yeah, and what's also true when you look at the declining ratings, there's more to do. There's more. The NFL is certainly oversaturated the market. Football is oversaturated the market. The ratings are declining across the board.
Yes.
Because just people have more to do. And so that's a natural part of it that really has nothing to do with the protest.
Right. It doesn't. I'm just annoyed that people think that that's the reason. Like, it just bothers me because it has nothing to do with that. Because you're seeing a whole nother sport that is actually trying to compete to be the best sport in America with the NFL. And you see them going at it, talking about it every day, players, coaches, owners, and their ratings aren't falling. The seats are filled, it's packed, it doesn't make any sense. It's all lies. And I just wish the NFL would just own up to the fact that their league is very racially biased. They have issues with black people speaking up and talking about things that have been bothering them and hurting them. They don't want to support that. They want to support their fan base, which is really pretty much older, whiter, boring fans. They're not going to convert. NBA, you see all the hip hop fans watching there. The players are interacting with rappers and entertainers. None of this is happening in the NFL. None of it.
Yeah. And certainly if you look at the people who have protested, certainly they get blackballed. Some of the people who were staunch protesters who had a voice, like Michael Bennett, they're getting traded.
Yes.
And so it's just sending a message to the rest of the league and the rest of the players and most NFL players.
To shut up, basically.
Yes,
shut up or you're going to get fired.
Yeah, and most NFL players will follow suit, will walk the line because most of them are young and they care about their jobs. And they're not established players. You know, this is certainly they're rooting the old veterans out the league. This is a young man's game, and you know, most teams, you know, want the young player over the old veteran, and these young guys care about their jobs, and they're not going to say anything.
Yeah, and the young players also aren't going to give a damn. And what I've also learned is the players don't care about their league as much as the NBA cares about their league. The NBA players care about the legacy of the league, the future, how it's ran, how it's done, how the players are treated. The NFL fans, they don't care about that, and neither do the players. The players use this league as like a prison sentence. Like, I just got to get in and make sure my brain is intact and get the hell out with my money. They don't care about the future because the game doesn't care about them.
Yeah, and it's interesting that, you know, as we bring it to Dallas, so instead I'm jumping the gun.
Oh, let's jump it because I'm ready to jump it.
But Dez Bryant refused to protest last year, probably because he wanted to feed his family. Mm-hmm. And at least those were his words. And
he wanted to feed his family, and that's why he refused to I remember some dumb shit he said, too, and I knew that wasn't who he really was.
But he got cut anyway.
Got cut anyway.
You know, he got cut anyway.
Yeah. And speaking of, let's talk about Dez, because Dez obviously was released. Me personally, I saw this coming just based on skill and contract. I didn't think Dez Bryant would be back. They weren't using him in the last couple of years. It was kind of clear that they were going to be moving on. Why did Dez think that this was such a shock? Like, was it a shock to you?
No, I mean, if anybody's certainly been reading the tea leaves, been watching what's going on since the start of the offseason program, this was direction. This was going to be the final result. I mean, Stephen Jones, Jerry's son, who's the vice president, has been talking about Dez's contract. And we're talking about him being a distraction, which they used to never talk about. They used to
no, right? They used to always protect him. When you see them talking shit, that means you're on your way out.
You know, they talked about that, and you know, and the bottom line is they went after Sammy Watkins. They would have signed Sammy Watkins. Dez would have already been gone. Mm-hmm. And so the fact that they let it play out, that was on their time. And I blame Dez and his agent for not forcing the issue. You got to force the issue. You see the writing on the wall.
Can't be sitting there.
You got to force the issue so you can get out and make them do it sooner. You know.
Yeah, so you can get some money. So you know.
Free agency is pretty much over. Teams are focused on the draft. A lot of teams have spent most of their money, and now you're out there on the market. And, you know,
looking stupid.
You know, so you should. Yeah, they probably should have done it earlier, but they don't have any. They can do it when they want to do it. You should have forced the issue. That's why you have an agent. That's why you have representation. You should have forced the issue. And certainly, Dez thought that his close relationship with Jerry Jones would save him in the end. And somehow Jerry would come out and save him, but that's not how this works.
That is not how this works. Where's Dez Bryant been all these years? Has he not been in the NFL?
Yeah, Jerry's the ultimate salesman. He still has Dez thinking that he was on his side when he's been on the same page in lockstep with his son, with the coach, with the front office people, that they were going to move on from Dez from the beginning.
Yeah, I don't understand. Why do these players somehow think that this loyalty and this brotherhood and this family thing is going to kick in when you're talking to a billionaire who only cares about his bottom dollar? Like, why do players think, even if a coach or an owner kept you, it is definitely not personal. It is always about the bottom dollar. And that is something that I've learned. And for Dez to do an interview talking about how he knows that it wasn't Jerry Jones, that it was Garrett, the coach. Come on. Does he not know that Sean Garrett doesn't make any decisions? Like, he doesn't make those big decisions? No.
And the bottom line is the coach should decide what's best for his team.
But he never does.
Yes.
Not in the NFL.
But the coach should decide that. And the bottom line is the owner's going to do what he thinks is best. And all of them, as an organization, decided they wanted to move on from. You can't parse it as a coach. Like, he's also trying to blame teammates. Mm-hmm. And the bottom line is, you know this, and which I don't understand, because they've made this situation so melodramatic. Everybody gets cut, think they've been done wrong.
Right. It's not the case. It's just business.
But yeah, it is business, but that's what everybody feels. You're not the first dude to get cut. I mean,
Right.
Jordy Nelson got cut in Green Bay. He was Aaron Rodgers' favorite receiver. They did not consider Aaron Rodgers. I mean, people get cut and think they've been. I mean, that's what it is.
That's how the game goes.
Yes, and you know, obviously, when you get in this league, you need to start preparing to get out this league because it's not for long. And so you just need to wake up because they're going to do what's best for them. I mean, Emmitt Smith got cut from the Cowboys. Okay, he eventually came back, put in the Ring of Honor, put in the Hall of Fame, but they cut Emmitt Smith, they cut Larry Allen, they cut freaking Tony Romo last year. They will cut you.
You will be cut. And so for me, the part of it that, you know, I believe that Dez Bryant is a really talented football player. Do I think that he is where he thinks he is in his mind? No, I do not. I have never thought that Dez was who he thought he was. That doesn't mean I don't think he's a great player. But for him to walk out of the offices and say, I'll see you guys twice a year without consulting any team in the division, what is this supposed to be gamesmanship on his part? Like, was he just trying to talk shit? Because to me, the Eagles have come forward and said they are not interested in him. The Giants don't need him, technically. They already have Brandon Marshall, which is kind of a similar player, you know, with who actually I think is better than Dez.
To play opposite Odell. And you know, obviously Washington is a wild card, but the bottom line is that's emotion. He's young. Or he's emotional.
Nah, Dez ain't young, dog. You can't call Dez young.
He's young in the mind.
Okay, you can't call him stupid.
He's young in the mind, and he gets emotional. And sort of this emotional. Yeah, he wants to prove them wrong. Now he's motivated. Now he is personal. And he wants to prove them wrong. He would love to do that, but that's not realistic. And I think that as time goes on and he starts finding the market, he needs to decide and go somewhere that's going to give him the most dollars.
Where he's needed also, where he's also needed.
Yeah, this is going to be your last contract. And so possibly. And so you need to go somewhere that's going to give you the best chance. And the bottom line is this. Dez can still play.
Yeah.
He's just not a number one anymore.
He's not a number one.
And a lot of times you'll go somewhere else and accept a different role than you would at home.
Now, you know Dez. You think that's possible? Is that possible for him?
Well, he's been humble. If you don't think this humble him to wake him up, this free agent market will. When he look at his dollars.
When he look at them dollars.
When he look at the zeros on his contract and he's not getting as opposed to what he was, he looks at the depth chart. And when teams bring him in, they're going to, no one's going to bring him in as a number one. They're going to bring him in as part of their receiving core, possibly a number two, and he's going to have to accept that. And so he won't. And the other thing about this is that in Dallas, when you're number one, you can get away to a certain extent as he did for most of his time was screaming about the ball and had doing tantrums. You're not getting the ball.
Yeah.
When you're number two and number three guy, you
gotta shut up.
You can't do no sideline tantrums but not getting the ball.
You gotta shut up and get it how you live. You gotta just wait your turn and be respectful of the game. And seeing this version of Dez Bryant is very interesting. I cannot wait to see it. But what I want to know is, have you thought about any places, any landing spots that Dez would fit in?
Well, Baltimore still needs receivers. And their team is still trying to win, and that they need to get Flacco some help, and certainly have Crabtree, but they still could use some help at receiver. The Colts need receivers. Chicago needs receiver. Arizona has really no one opposite Larry Fitzgerald. Tennessee can use receivers. The Seattle Seahawks don't have anybody. They lost one of their Paul Richardson to the Redskins, and so they could use another receiver. And there's a team a lot of people are talking about it, the San Francisco 49ers and possibly being interested in Dez. They have a coach that knows how to get big receivers the ball, and we'll see how that works. But he's going to have a niche market. It just won't be a rich market. It'll be a niche market, but it just won't be a rich market. He's going to have to go somewhere possibly on a 1-year proven deal if he wants to get big money next year.
Wow, this is going to be a new Dez. I can't wait to see it because this is a guy who came into the league, the man, cocky, shit-talking, and then we find out he can only run 3 routes, and, he's upset about it. So now all this entire last 7 to 10 days for Dez Bryant has been very humbling, and if we get a humbled Dez Bryant in the future, I'm here for it. I would love to just see him still finish out his career the best he can and go out on top, because I do feel like the things that have happened to him during his career may hinder him from some future awards and things that he may want. And I hope that he just goes out the right way. so that we don't have this T.O. situation where, you know, we're all mad that he's not getting respected when he's retired and all that kind of stuff. Because he is a great player.
Yeah, and you know, obviously, the ego. I'll say you're married to an athlete, and you've been dealing with athletes. the players are the last to know. You're the last to know when your skills diminish.
Yeah,
you're the last to know when it's time for you to walk away. You're the last to know when you can't do it anymore at that level because you have that confidence, you have that ego, and certainly
blinders.
You have to refuse to believe that you can't do it. I mean, you've been focused that you're the man for so long. That's your persona, and so it's hard.
Yeah, you haven't been human for a long time, and so declining in skill and money that you can recoup is a humbling experience. And I always told my husband that I said, let me tell you something. I will be the very first person to tell you that it's time to hang him up. I was like, I watch him. I watch everything he does. And that's true. A lot of my friends don't know when to retire, basketball and football friends. And I'm just like, listen, it's got to be somebody that they trust to like bring him in. And hopefully this experience for Dez humbles him and reels him in and it shows him that, it's time for that next chapter of your career. Moving on, last topic, and I'm going to let you go. Odell Beckham Jr. and Ray Lewis. Well, I don't even say that Odell started this. Ray Lewis started this. He's still cooning to me and saying that the reason that Odell is having all these problems is because he has removed God from his life. First of all, Odell's never been arrested. Odell's never gotten into any trouble that I know of, technically. And for Odell to have a video released with some foreign women and looks like one's doing coke and he looks like he's holding a blunt, to me, that's still not in trouble. You know why? Because there's no proof. There's no proof of anything that he's done. He hasn't failed a drug test. He hasn't done anything wrong. So why is Ray Lewis running his mouth once again, talking shit and saying something about this player has removed God out of their life and that's why their life is going down?
Well, it's always been about the glorification of Ray Lewis. And certainly you go back to his talk about Kaepernick next year. If you want to help these guys and you claim you do, you don't have to go on TV and say it.
Right.
You can
actually do.
You can reach out to these guys on your own and work with them and talk to them. You don't have to go on TV and act like they need to come to me and all this other stuff. And, so it's I've never bought into that Ray Lewis hype. And certainly, you pointed out that Beckham's never been arrested. Beckham's biggest problem is letting somebody film him with a camera. I don't know why these NFL players, NBA players and athletes and musicians in this day and age
are being filmed
and let them have a cell phone out and film them. I mean, it's silly. I mean, I just don't understand
it. They forget that they're famous sometimes. Sometimes you just want to live your life and you forget that people are always trying to come up on you.
Right. And especially these women. I mean, in these situations, why would you do this? I don't know. But again, that's his problem as well as, him wanting quarterback money. He wants to hold out. He wants to be the richest receiver and get quarterback money. Well, he probably should.
Yeah.
He's that good. He's that talented.
And he's in New York and they need him.
Right.
So shoot your shot.
Certainly we'll see. But if Ray really cared about Beckham, he would have just reached out to Beckham, called Beckham, talk. He didn't have to go on TV and talk about, Beckham is don't have God in his life. You don't really know what's going on.
You don't even know that man, right? You know him.
You know nothing about that. And certainly, so I've been out on Ray for a long time.
And I think that's what happened. I believe that Ray Lewis had a relationship with Odell Beckham Jr. and Odell figured out that Ray was a coon and a corny ass motherfucker, and so he slowly phased him out of his life and his relationships. And I think that Ray Lewis is butthurt about it. He's upset and bothered that he can't just reach out to Odell. A lot of athletes, Ray is no longer accessible to them because of his antics and the things that he's willing to do to remain relevant in his career as a broadcaster, as a journalist, or whatever the hell he's calling himself these days. And so I feel like he's just salty because he doesn't have those connections and those relationships anymore. So he's just being a little asshole and just saying stuff.
He wants to portray himself as some savior for all these players. And most of these guys don't look at him like that.
No.
And they say, and you look at, how the situation with Kaep, the situation with Beckham, the situation last year when he kneeled and he did all this talk. I mean, he's a hypocrite. I mean, you go back to his situation in Atlanta during his career and what's going on now. He just comes across as a hypocrite.
Yeah. It does. And it's really sad. And it's getting on my nerves. And I really just hate that he even has the job that he has. Because I'm just like, why do we need Ray Lewis right now? Why do we need him? We don't need him at all. He's just in the way of everything. Like, he's just annoying as shit to me. And I hope that more and more players continue to ignore his ass and not allow him access to their life, because then maybe, we'll shake the black out of him and make him realize, you're still a black man. You're still supposed to love and support us, regardless. Like, kind of like how everybody loved and supported your stupid ass when you were facing murder charges. But, he forgot about that, I guess.
No doubt, and certainly lost his job with ESPN, so he didn't take a step down to Fox Sports 1, and we'll see. He's certainly no Shannon Sharp.
No.
On Shannon's done a great job this year, so we'll see how long this lasts, but yeah, we've all been disappointed with Ray Lewis.
Man, well, I'm gonna let you go, Clarence, because I appreciate you, and I know it's Sunday, and I know you got to go to church. I don't be going to church. I don't do none of that religious stuff, but I don't want to hold you up any longer. I know everybody got their day planned, but I appreciate you for getting up early with me and rocking with me and my fans of the podcast.
Hey, no problem, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, baby.
All right, peace. Shout out Clarence Hill Jr., writer, reporter for the Dallas Cowboys. I've had him on a few times. Clarence is a good guy, man. Clarence shoots it straight from the hip. He tells you exactly how he feels, and he's an insider. He knows a lot of stuff about the Cowboys, so trust and believe. And that's it, guys. That is it. Thank you for tuning in to the iHeartmiko podcast. I would like to shout out all of you for listening. We're going to go out. I don't feel like I need to introduce this song at all, my nigga. I feel like y'all know this song, so we're going to go ahead and end the podcast with Nice for What by Drake. Listen, don't be nice to nobody you don't have to be nice to, my nigga. That's all I'm going to say. Be nice to people that deserve your niceness, and fuck everybody else that got a problem with how you live in your life, baby. Turn up.
Something for y'all to cut up to, Yeah. Everybody get your motherfucking roll on. I know shorty and she doesn't want no slow song. Had a man last year, life goes on. Haven't let that thing loose, girl, in so long. You been inside, know you like to lay low. I've been peeping what you bringing to the